Hello everybody and welcome back to my French kitchen, where today I'm going to be making very easy fish cakes. So let's take a look at what we're going to need. So for this recipe we're going to need some leftover mashed potato. I've got about 700 grams there. We had mashed potato in the week and I did a bit extra because I knew I was going to be making this recipe. Some tinned fish of your choice. Sometimes I use salmon. Today I'm using sardines, and I'm going to use a little of that cod liver. I won't use it all because it is quite strong, but it does add a nice flavour and lots of omega-3 essential fatty acids, which is always good. Then I've got a piece of leftover baguette that I put in the freezer, and I'm going to use that as breadcrumbs. I'm going to grate that up. You can do it from frozen, it grates much easier, or if you want, you don't have to freeze it, you can just put it in a food processor and make your breadcrumbs like that. A little sprig of parsley, and I'm going to use the juice of half a lemon and a little bit of the zest too. Oh, and 2 eggs and 2 tablespoons of flour. Let's get started. So first of all, I'm just going to stir the mashed potato a little bit because it's been in the fridge, just to soften it a bit. So I'm just opening the tin of sardines. These are sardines in olive oil, so the whole lot can go in. Olive oil as well. And this is the cod liver in cod liver oil. I don't want to overpower it too much, but I'm going to put about half of that tin in. There's plenty of the cod liver oil in the liver, but I don't need to add extra. So that goes in as well. I'm going to mash those up a little bit. And next, it's time to finely chop the parsley. In with the parsley. And now I'm just going to add in half a teaspoon of finely zested lemon peel. And the juice of half a lemon too. So now it's just a case of mixing all that together. Got a nice ratio of fish to potato. You can use other herbs as well. You can use fennel or tarragon if you want. Just add some seasoning, freshly ground black pepper, and a little salt. Not too much because the fish will be salty as well. You'll also need a couple of tablespoons of ordinary plain white flour, and that is just when you're moulding your fish cakes. Just get some flour on your hands and then it's time to dig in. So depending on how big you like them or small, you can just form the patty like that with your hands and just turn it in the flour, and that can go in the fridge to be chilled. I do have this burger patty maker that we've had for years. My dad used to use it when he used to make fish cakes. This was his recipe. and so I like to use this as well. But if you don't have one, then you can do it like I did the first one. That one's a little bit bigger, that can be for Sean or Tom. So I'm going to put the fish cakes in the fridge to chill because they need to get nice and cold, and then after that we'll coat them with some beaten egg and some breadcrumbs and then chill them again. Now I'm going to clean up. Ta-da! So as I said, I've got some frozen stale baguette. We always stick it in the freezer. We've got some left over because it just comes in very useful for this sort of thing, and it is easier to grate when it's frozen. So that's my breadcrumbs done. Now it's time to crack 2 eggs. Don't worry, there'll be a list of the ingredients that you'll need and the quantities in the description below the video. There's 2 chickens laid earlier. So I'm just going to lightly mix that up. And that will help the breadcrumbs stick to the outsides of the fish cakes, and so that when we fry them they'll be nice and crispy. So the next step is to take these chilled fish cakes and cover them in breadcrumbs. Oops, I'm forgetting I should keep one hand for wet and one hand for dry. Just get a light covering of them onto a clean plate, and then I'll refrigerate them before we fry them later on. Fish cakes are now breaded and ready to go in the fridge for a couple of hours until I'm ready to cook them. If you want, you can freeze them at this stage. You'd need to put them in individual freezer bags so they don't stick together. They can be cooked from frozen as well. We're having ours for dinner tonight though, so they're just going to go in the fridge for a couple of hours and then I'll show you the end result. I've just taken those out of the fridge now, the fish cakes, and I've put some oil in a frying pan, and I'm going to start them off by frying them on each side so they get a crispy coating, and then I'll finish them in the oven. So we've got a baking tray ready. If you're wondering where one's gone, I froze it and I'm taking that one round to Mum so she can have one for her tea another day. So the oil's nice and hot. Let's get those babies in there. So I'm not cooking them all, the other 2 can go in the freezer for another day. Okay, so they've been cooking for a few minutes. I'm just going to flip them over now, very carefully. As you can see, they're going nice and golden on the outside. And I've put some frozen chips in the oven. We're really lucky, we can get Belgian chips that are cooked in beef fat here, frozen. So we're having some of those with it, and these can go in the oven while the chips are finishing, and we'll have some salad with it as well. And there we have it, a nice dinner for Sean. Bon appetit.
Yeah, just what I need after the cane of grass. I'm exhausted.
That's it for today's video, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.